Welcome and hello and hello and welcome and hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me on this extremely special Monday edition of Un Poco Mas, the show where we give you just a little bit more. You guys have seen your wife make that sign. It's not a fish story, guys. Anyway, welcome and hello and welcome. I'm very, very excited today. It is a beautiful Monday in sunny Los Angeles, California. I hope it's a great day wherever you are, guys. We are talking at Nio. For those of you that are concerned, be it sarcastically or genuinely, over in the comment section, I am feeling quite a bit better. Always get super exhausted around tax time. My clients are just a royal pain in the ass, but they have a ton of money and their tax returns are like 5,000 pages long. And I'm a gopher, guys. They say jump, I say how high, and they go, well, you could probably only jump like an inch, so maybe an inch. I say, all right, sounds good. What's up, SJ Tavares? Tortuga de Rio. Goal. We got the Mattress King of Chicago, Carl Seamark. Oh my God. Big mattress sale, only for Un Poco Mas members, 15% off. Carl, you bless us all with your inner coil springs. You get on a Carl Seamark mattress. The missus can be, sleeping, snoozing away, haraboofing over on the other side. You can be bouncing up and down like a trampoline. You have a glass of red wine sitting there. Absolutely no problem. Carl Seamark guarantees. We got RT Brodsky, Bill Brodsky. I'm not sick. Hope you're not either. This is actually me at full strength, RT, as difficult as that may be to believe. We got two Peters here. It's a sausage fest. We got the two Peters. Picked up another 140 shares. We got the great Carl Seamark. Very nice, Carl. Nicely bought right off the lows there. Very, very nice. Yes, I'm late. Guys, I don't have a staff like Tanner. I don't have, a concierge service from like Moo. I don't have a bunch of CEOs of all the finturds on my speed dial. I'm not the Prince of Canada. Okay? It's like Camelot up there. You got Tanner and Tevis traveling the world, getting sponsorships. I'm here just fat, getting older, grinding it out day after day. Bunch of worthless turds in my audience. Of course, you guys, present company excluded, of course. Anyway, guys, before I just ramble aimlessly for like 5 hours, let's talk about Nio. Ticker symbol, of course, is NIO. Reason I like this stock, I don't see much differentiation in the EV space. I mean, first movers and scale are going to win. Tesla's going to win. BYD is going to win. If a few of the legacy companies can maybe get their act together, partner with some of these new companies, they might be around. Players like Toyota that have been working on efficiency and hybrids for a long time, they're going to be around. I mean, it's not going to be like these guys say, oh, Tesla is just going to put everybody out of business. But if you don't have any unique selling point, you don't have any moat. You're an Xpeng, you're a Li Auto, you're one of these smaller companies. You're going up against, titans that have a big head start. I just don't see how you're going to compete. I don't see how your cost structure is going to let you get there. I don't see how Xpeng sells that Mona or whatever it is, as cheap as they do. I think they have to be losing money. I think it has to be subsidized. It just seems like just the parts and the battery cost more than they're selling the vehicle for. And then you get into intelligent driving, computers, all these components. It's a fugazi out there, guys. But the bottom line is this. Nio took a huge chance and had a vision many years ago with battery swap. And in my opinion, history is going to show, and I think it's already showing, that they were right. So much like Tesla, BYD, these guys have a big scale first mover advantage. Nio is the only first mover advantage with swap. I ask you this question. What happens when different levels, different cities, different states, different provinces in China start mandating swap, start mandating these battery health checks, start mandating that companies figure out a way to get maximum life out of the batteries because they realize these fixed battery cars are really bad for the environment. They're disposable. It's like a cell phone. The Chinese government doesn't want you to buy a new car every 2 years and throw it away in a landfill, because the battery needs to be replaced every, 5 years, 7 years, whatever it is. Nio's one of the only companies talking about that. The Chinese government wants to hear that. As time goes by, I feel like, the actions of Nio are synced up with the wants and needs of the Chinese state, the Chinese power grid. I mean, I just don't see how the market doesn't see it yet. I feel like they do see it. Someone's like asking me, are you really concerned that BlackRock dumped like 90% of their shares in Q3? I think the filing hit last week. Of course, I mean, BlackRock is one of the, market deities, the untouchables, the guy behind the guy behind the guy. Do not look behind the curtain because it's probably fucking BlackRock back there making markets. Probably one of the only companies that controls markets more actively, more sinisterly, is Goldman Sachs. I mean, but BlackRock's top of the smart money in terms of trading, moving markets. But I don't know what happened, guys. I don't know what other trades they were on. I don't know if maybe they didn't dump those shares on that little run to 750, which I think was still in the third quarter. Remember, BlackRock had been holding these shares since 2019, and their cost basis was like under 4. So they might have just got sick of the wait. They're like, look, Onvo's going to ramp. I mean, we see news coming out of Onvo. Plan to have 1,000 stores open by 2020, end of 2025. I mean, I saw a rumor from Mr. P that BYD had bought Nio shares. I haven't seen anywhere that, so I don't think that's true, but the dude is prolific. He puts out a lot of videos. Porsche recalls, 16,000 Taycan EVs due to battery fire risk. That's, again, very, very good for Nio. Who can mitigate battery fire risk? Who can check batteries once a week when they're turned in? Only Nio. This is critical. Nio is the only major EV company with a real moat. Besides, obviously, Tesla, the charging network, BYD with their scale, all these things, some of the state-run companies. Of course, some of the legacy nameplates, Mercedes and stuff, you'd have to say they have certain moat just because their brand has so much cachet and value. But it's proving that they need, Chinese partners or technological partners to actually, compete going into this century, or else they're just going to be out of business. Bottom line. But Nio already owns a huge percentage in China of the market above like sort of that mid price point, that like mid-high price point. Nio owns like 40% of that market. I don't know, guys. Trading less than 1x sales just recently. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And somebody pointed out to me, well, on a price to book basis, Nio looks kind of bad. They're trading at like 4x book value or 3.9 or whatever it is, where Xpeng is trading like 2.6 book value or something like that, similar to Rivian. I think a lot of that goes in not only to cost structure, but a lot of that goes into R&D. I mean, book value values a lot more like hard assets. What do you actually own? Factories. But don't forget, Nio has invested, billions and billions of dollars in R&D, and they have 9,600 patents in China for all kinds of different stuff. So I think a lot of other companies are going to have to come to Nio in the future for certain technologies, not just swap. I think Nio has put a tremendous amount of investment upfront into being a giant company, a global leader many years down the road. That's my opinion. You guys who watch this, I have a long-term time horizon. I mean, SoFi is just waking up. That stock is just waking up, just yawning. Oh, I need a breakfast burrito. That's what I hear Anthony noticing. $14 is nothing. The SPAC price was 10. That's going to turn out to be one of the best SPACs there was. You get a lot more reward than 40% after, 4 years and the journey they've been on. Now, I know I've been saying, hey, 5x forward sales. We're almost to 5x forward sales. But I've also said that's my bear case, and I really mean that. I think this stock could trade at 8x forward sales, talking about SoFi. Now, talking about Nio, I see the same, value profile there, trading at less than 1x sales. Book value does not take into account enough for IP. They didn't build out a lot of the swap network. There's partners. There's other businesses that own the batteries. So you have to look at their subsidiaries, you have to look at their partnerships, how those things are, valued, how those things are accounted for. I have to admit that's a little bit over my head, but I think you look at price to sales, you look at vehicle margins. Are those margins improving? Because remember, swap has only been a loser up till now, has not achieved scale. The government wants them to build a lot of swaps far and wide. This every province plan. OPP, every province plan. No one's doing anything like what Nio is doing. Not only that, they have one of the biggest charging networks in China. Just signed up another huge company. Everybody wants to be on Nio's charging app. They want Nio on their app because they have one of the best, biggest, most reliable charging networks in China. Even without Swap, Nio's a great company. With Swap, they're one of a kind. Even I would say Tesla and BYD on that level cannot compete with Nio. The only company trying to compete with Nio on Swap is CATL. Couple of other smaller partnerships that have like a few dozen swaps. The reality of it is it's very, very difficult. It takes a lot of intestinal fortitude, a lot of ganas to do what Nio has done. And I just don't think any other company is going to be able to catch up. If they mandate swap, you have to come to Nio on bended knee. Kiss the ring. Call me Godfather. Call me Godfather. This man who hurt your daughter will be suffering this very day. Don't come to me with respect. No, guys, it's way too early on in the week for a horrible Godfather impression. I'm just looking at the landscape. I'm saying, how is China going to let this company fail? And if they don't fail, how are they not going to succeed? It's one or the other. Shit or get off the pot. Mr. Market was wrong about this one, just like they were wrong about SoFi. What happens when it doesn't die? Just keep shorting. Just keep borrowing. Look at what these clowns are doing, guys. Look at the live shorting. I don't even have to look. I guarantee. Oh, what do you know? They're borrowing 3 million shares. What do you know? Friday, they borrowed another 5 million shares. Now there's 500,000 shares available again. Cost to borrow max, 18.57%. Do you see it? See, do you see? This is my trip to the Grand Canyon. See, do you see? Anyway, yeah, cost to borrow max 19%, cost to borrow average 6.5%, borrowing another 8 million shares the last 2 days. You look at the live short interest, shares on loan, 413 million shares on loan, more than double the short interest, guys. More than double the short interest. Oh shit, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot to tell Not Lurker I was coming on. Sorry, buddy. Yeah. It's been a busy Monday, guys. Got a lot of stuff to do. Can't stay on too long. I just want to show you this. How much room, how much do they want to go in with their noses wide open to this ER? What if there is a big announcement? What if there's a partnership? What if they drop some huge news about Firefly? I mean, think about what they just did with Onvo. On launch day, they had over 100 stores. They have a carefully crafted production schedule. They're talking about with their next model, they're going to do much more pre-production. So they have a lot more in stock right away to sell. But they're going to have 1,000 Onvo stores online, between 800 and 1,000 stores online by the end of 2025. That's like 13 and a half months away. They're going to have 1,000 Onvo stores open. They're saying they're going to be producing 20,000 Onvo units per month. This was definitive by March 2025, and 30,000 units per month by the end of 2025. So even assuming Nio stays relatively stable at 20,000 units, by March 2025, we should be producing 40,000 units. By the end of the year, 50, 60,000 units by the end of 2025. Very, very conservatively. But a lot of it depends on demand. There's a lot of competition. The difference is nobody else has a USP. Nobody else has a moat. And the battery swap USP it's going to cover the entire range from the ET9 all the way down to the little Firefly costing 10,000 RMB or whatever the fuck it's going to be without a battery. Nobody else is even attempting or thinking about doing the scale, scope, magnitude, gravitas of what Nio is not only doing, but they're executing. They're actually getting it done. 2,700 battery swap stations. The ones what is in Shanghai, they're already profitable. They're already over 100 swaps a day. And the new ones can do 380 swaps a day. I think they only need 70 or something to be profitable. So think about it. The first 70 you break even, you could do another 300 in a busy area. Now, with the rollout of the network, they've had to put swaps in areas where they're not going to be that busy. I want to see a mini swap. Just a purely solar-driven mini swap. That just, in areas that have really low traffic. Why stick a bunch of batteries out there? Just have the batteries you need. If you know you're only going to be getting 10 swaps a day, just have a few batteries out there. The swap stations need to not all be the same size. Not all need to be the same scale. Now, I know that's all down the road, but trust me, it's going to happen. People in my comments have been talking about like portable swaps, trailer, towed swaps. That's all doable with this architecture. I mean, basically, they just, push the battery up and bolt the sucker in. It isn't really as complicated as it seems. There's a connector there. Probably a few connectors, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But guys, the borrowing, I mean, this is how they've been controlling the price. We're like, well, it's been going down for this reason, that reason. There is no fundamental reason. It's mechanics. Think about when this thing started to drop. Think about when Blackrock dumped. They just got their act together. I don't think anybody expected Onvo rollout to go this well. They just launched Nio. They're just scaling Nio, and then you launch a whole new brand, 100 stores, 1,000 stores 1 year later. I mean, this thing has gone off without a glitch, and they say in major markets, the Onvo is already outselling the Tesla Model Y. Now, I know they're just about to roll out a new one, so that's probably going to be a great car. The new Tesla Model Y, I'm sure, is going to be amazing. Amazing. But honestly, I think Nio is one of the few companies that can compete because they're unique. They offer things that no one else can offer. Not BYD, not Tesla, no one. And if that catches fire in China, this company is going to catch fire. This stock is going to catch fire. Why would you not want swap? Nobody can explain that to me. Well, if it's a fixed battery, that's how you own your own battery, the health of that. To me, that's not a benefit. What if my battery goes bad? Oh, I know, it's mine. It's a brick. It's a $20,000 repair, but it was mine. Who wants that? Make it someone else's problem. Bada bing. Hey, I got a battery. It's glitchy. I'm going to take it down to the swap station that's, 2 minutes away and get a brand new one that I don't have to worry about at all. It's like, you won't even know you have a bad battery because by the time it's, it'll be swapped out, it'll be diagnosed, it'll be taken out of the system, it'll be repaired or recycled or whatever it is. It'll be handled appropriately by the appropriate people at the appropriate place at the appropriate time. Yada, yada, yada. I don't know what the fuck they'll do, but anyway, this show basically had no point, as most of you know. What's up, SJ? Time-lapse car guy, Bruno, back for more. Yeah, much older, more like his uncle. Let's see, Nader Garashi. What's up, Nader? Hellos and welcome, buddy. What's up, Jeff Presley? Yeah, gotta love the Raiders. Yeah, they're the best, absolutely. Good day. What's up, PB? How's it going? Brian, yeah, I was waiting for you to come. I'm proud. About 300 shares. Yeah, nice. Want to get 1,000 shares. Right, leaps on 10. Do you have any ideas on your comments so long? I can't get through it. I'll answer you later. Under Nio's guidelines, Greek car will invest in build. Yeah, the Azerbaijan thing is huge because it changes the cost structure. They don't have to go into Azerbaijan and build, a complete ground up. They already have a service network there. They already have places they can put swaps. They don't have to go in and just build this structure from nothing. So, they have a distribution partner, service partner. it's going to really improve the cost structure in terms of getting into a new market. And Azerbaijan, though, may not be super well known in the West. It's a pretty big country. Anyway, yeah, good point, Urban Guitar Legend. Thank you very much. I hadn't forgot about that deal, but I just was busy rambling about nothing. Earnings report, or is it anyone's game? I don't know. I mean, it could be. I mean, you sort of know what it's going to be, Brian, in terms of the revenues, because you know the vehicle sales. The real question, I guess, is, did the improved scale help them improve margins? Did they get the supply chain together? Did they get their costs together? Did they get more efficient? Basically, are the vehicle margins continuing to trend in the right direction? What's up, Beto? Not much, man. Just doing this crappy show. The Azerbaijan deal is huge. It totally negates the biggest bear thesis, which is so-called cash burn. Yes, you're exactly right. And not just that deal, but other, sovereign wealth funds are also, I think, going to foot the bill in UAE. Nio has a remarkable knack for using other people's money, which I think is incredibly valuable if you're an investor. Beto, I have no idea, man. It's 20. I can't even, I can't even decide what I'm gonna have for lunch today. I don't know what this stock's gonna do in 2030. I mean, if you just consider a growth rate, I think their growth rate could easily be 30%. Share price 2030. Geez. I don't know. It's just such a wild guess. I'll put together a projection, but I want to actually kind of look at where do I think sales are going to be? Where do I think profits are going to be? I don't just want to throw a guess out there. Did you see the Nio crash, or we stood around taking pictures instead of helping the dude? I didn't see that, Carl C. Mark, but I wouldn't doubt it, man. If it did, it's not on Instagram. It didn't happen. Ben Plumley, for everything people complain about most regarding Nio EVs. Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right, Ben. People, it's like when they value this company, they pretend swap doesn't exist, and people don't love swap. And every Nio owner, every car ever built doesn't swap more than once a week. They don't look at the economics of that they're basically going to own the gas station, power delivery, power storage. These things have multiple uses. They sell back to the grid, stabilize the grid, test batteries, check batteries, pull batteries in and out. It's a very dynamic thing that no other company can even touch, approach, and, didn't even dare to try. Oh, this is impossible. Let's not try. Well, Nio thought it was possible, and Nio got it done. Get her done. Average price of Nio, got mine $5.59. I just bought a ton of shares, like 50,000 shares. My average on those was like in the 450s. I have another ton of shares, a little bit higher average in the 6s probably. What my overall cost basis is, I would just have to guess it's probably in the low 5s. I'm not sure. I have to add it all up. I have it across Nio, probably across 5 or 6 different accounts. We don't need any more subscribers. Yeah, it's a very high cost to borrow, Brian. I've never seen it above 3 or 4. Yeah, Brian, exactly. Anytime they want to flip it, they'll flip it, and it could just go nuts. I'm not saying they will. I'm not saying when. I'm not saying it'll be earnings. It could be Nio Day. It could be never. But it's wound up real tight to do it. And usually when hedge funds and whales, they see this kind of thing and they see how low it is and they see a catalyst, somebody starts to push. I mean, you're going to push one way or the other. That's what they do on this stock. Look at the volatility. It's fucking crazy. What's more likely? They push down from the 4s or they push up from the 4s? Where's more headroom? How are they going to make more money? They flip, they eat their own. That's what they do. That's exactly what they did with SoFi. Those shorts they didn't tell about the plan are still twisting in the wind. They're still just taking heavier and heavier paper losses, hoping the rally runs out of steam, but it just keeps going past 14. They thought it was going to die at 10, like I did. I didn't think it was going to die, but I was like 10.13. I was like, okay, 13.60. That might mean some resistance there. But it just keeps going, guys. Sometimes if you're short, you just have to cut your losses and get out of the way. But it's just, like I said, these guys, didn't you get that memo? Who are these guys? Samir, Naga. Oh, not going to work here anymore anyway. Thanks, Oleg. Appreciate that, man. I appreciate your support. I think Oleg has worked himself into a Unpoco Moss Hall of Fame contender here. Oh, all right. Watch Mr. P video or mention the issues having too many different types of battery, have a large amount of inventory at busy stations. Yeah, I agree with that, Carl. But here's the thing: if you have, I think they're going to be able to hone in over time and kind of dial that in. I mean, that's usually what happens. You do kind of a scattershot approach. You see what works. You see what capacities people are using. I mean, I just think they're going to be able to make a mechanism to add more storage, make the swap a little bit taller. I mean, I don't think it'll be forever before you see, but they're all there. This is all going to be controlled with algorithms, software, AI. They're going to know what batteries are needed where, what batteries have been used where. I think it's very manageable because you control the whole ecosystem. And the app will know which battery is at which swap station. So maybe every single battery doesn't have to be at every single swap station if you're in a very dense urban area. You might have swap stations that are like half a mile apart. So I know they're planning for all this, guys. But the point is, Nio has made this goddamn thing work. Nio has made this work. Everyone is still pretending. The market is still pretending they have not proved this concept. And that the Chinese government is obviously pushing this to the forefront, or else they wouldn't have let them build all this crap and they wouldn't keep approving these new factories when they want consolidation. They have chosen Nio as a winner to control the battery standard in EV through swap. If you don't know, now you know. Oh, yeah, Roman. Totally agree with you, man. Great comment. Lisa, what's up, Lisa? How are you today? Billy Jack, I know this company, man. I've been studying it for a long, long time. I know the Chinese market. I used to buy and sell a lot of goods in China. I know a lot of people in China. People in China love this brand. It is a cut above. It's considered above Tesla, above Xpeng. It's considered above even some of the German brands. Like, if you want status in China, you want a Nio. That's my understanding. Maybe some of you who are in China can correct me or whatever. You know, maybe you had sweet and sour pork last night and you just want to spout off. Hello, everybody. It's Graham Coolstock. Let's get the party started. Ain't no party like a Graham Coolstock party because Graham Coolstock party brings monocles. Payush Bhatka, Nio went 430s back in 470s today. Absolutely, Payush came in nice off the lows, real nice. Yeah, man, I love Canadians. I love those guys. It's just, you know, it's all in good fun. I make fun of the people I like. You know, if I don't make fun of you, I don't care about you. Let's see, guys. Payush in the house. Alberto Berti Aviles, our intrepid moderator in the house. What's up, Alberto? Saw these guys hanging out this morning with old Uncle Bruce. Getting some yucks over there. The company is good. Yeah, Billy Jack, I'm not saying the stock is going to go up. You know, I think it's going to go up soon, but it might take time. I got time. I'm going to wait it out. I just think these swaps are going to become profitable. Firefly is going to roll out. That's going to sell like hotcakes. Onvo is going to sell as many as they can build through the supply chain. I just see a lot of good things happening for Nio. Yeah, I have a lot of Tesla too, Payush. I've been doing very, very well on it. What's up, James Turner? Let's Poco, buddy. Got to block somebody. Alberto's got to block somebody. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Guys, if you have an uncle, he's always like, know what I mean? Know what I mean? Like, just don't invite him to any functions. Don't invite him to any functions. Let's see. Ex-wife ain't speaking to me anymore. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Or anybody who clicks, like, you know what I mean? Like, just slam the door. What's up, Dr. Kane? Dr. Kane sitting on 35K shares. Don't feel sad and frustrated, man. It's just price action. Dude, that's how they want you to feel. Don't let market makers and price action control your emotions, Dr. King. It's probably a beautiful day wherever you are, and you got a lot of shares. Don't be sad, man. You're making me depressed. $10 is very possible by the end of the year. It just depends. What do they announce Nio Day? What do they announce at earnings? What are the projections? I think they're sitting on some huge surprise, and I think they can drop it whenever they want. I don't know. Yeah, the subscriptions, but Billy Jack, think about it when they get these others. Look at the other car companies that are in the battery swap alliance. It's these big state-owned, state-sponsored, state-partnered enterprises. A lot of them. What does that tell you? That the government told them join the battery swap alliance. Read between the lines, folks. It's not super complicated. The Chinese government is in the bag for Nio. Who set up the meeting with the presidents of Egypt and the UAE with William Lee? What CEO of a relatively small company has a big, long meeting demonstrating technology to the presidents of 2 countries, not companies, not his counterparts? He's sitting there with the presidents of 2 fucking countries like it's just normal. The guy seems to have none of the concerns and fears of the other Chinese CEOs of the government. He talks like he sleeps like a baby. He goes over and gives lectures at Harvard, fucking Cambridge, whatever the fuck. Guy's the rainmaker. He's the candy man. Everybody wants a piece. Hey, just a taste, not share, just a taste. You guys ever do like a big hijacking at an airport or something? I've done a few. No, I haven't. If Big Brother's listening, Sergey and the boys down at Google, no, I haven't. I'm just joking. But if you happen to ever do a major hijacking, you come into, $30 million, $40 million in cash. Yeah, reward your crew. Give them a taste. It's not, as long as they don't go out and buy furs and a cat. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Don't get anything. Take it, get it out of here. Get it out of here. Take it back where you got it. I don't care. Get it. My mother's name, Jimmy. My mother's name. I love that. I love, sympathetic fat characters in movies. Topers. Oh, the topers. God bless us. God blessed us with these short, fat legs. So we couldn't run fast, couldn't run away. We have to deal with our problems. Sometimes I'm just like on a job site or with a client. I'm like, I wish I was fast, man. I just turn and sprint. I just sprint right to Alaska. But I'm like, hey, God hit me with these short, fat legs. Thanks, bro. Or sister, whatever. Yeah. I like orange chicken too, Payush. His body was built by orange chicken. Dude, Not a Lurker. If you happen to be a close personal friend of Not a Lurker, as I am, we're like, I haven't met him in person, but we're internet friends. Dude can cook, man. He throws down, gets the grill going and makes it happen. I got to cook more at home, man. Not only too old, too fat, just eating out too much. I probably could have bought like, a mansion by now with what I spend on, steak and seafood. Goddamn right it's possible, Dr. Kane. This stock should be sitting at $20 right now. Come on. 1x this year's sales? Give me a break. That would only be a double, a 2x sales. Everything else is sitting 2.5. Lucid is at 7. Come on, Tesla's at 11. X paying 2.5. Of course it could double. This is mechanics. Don't you guys understand what happens? Mechanics have been controlling the price action on this stock for years. It is completely disconnected from fundamental performance. It doesn't matter. They only use it as a canard, as a club. To bludgeon you over the head at the lows and take your shares from your pathetic, weak paper hand. That's all it is. Like, oh my God, the sky is falling, tariffs. Forget the fact that 1% of Nio's business is in the EU, less than 1%. China is all that matters. The Chinese government is in the bag for Nio, not only in China, but around the world. Making strong moves into Azerbaijan. I don't play it straight up, Mikey. Maybe I win, maybe I lose. I see a mark and I take him down. I make strong moves. That's what I do. Oh, worm. Gotta love rounders. Gotta love rounders. My favorite part is the accent. We've been over this before. He bleat me straight up. Play that man his money. Oh, what kind of accent is that, Teddy? Can't make a lot of sense out of that. I wasn't paid enough to do any method preparation for this role. What a shitty accent, dude. John Malkovich, way better than that. I think he also didn't even bother to get fat. He just stuffed a pillow in his shirt. I think you could see the pillow part of the time. I think he showed up to film for like one day. He's like, we're doing this in one. Sounds like fucking Yakov Smirnov when I do it. It's like, we're doing this in one take, and then I'm going to Branson. He's like, Tom Wopat, bro. Told you. He's like, yeah, Tom Wopat. Anyway, man, what the fuck? I don't know. We got the Blazing Bird. I am Humpty Dumpty. Hope that's not a remark about my weight, you sack of shit. No, Blazing Bird. Good to see you. Rocket chip emojis, or you just have a boner. I don't know. What will happen after earnings? I don't know, Dr. Kane. What am I look like? Fucking Noster dumbass? I got a 4-leaf clover up my ass. I don't know what's gonna happen. Just some fat guy blathering online. I don't know anything. Stop, assuming I know something. I don't know anything. Hey, honey, there's a fat middle-aged guy online. Like, well, he must know something, dear. Like, let's see. No, he doesn't know anything, honey. He doesn't know anything. Like, Bill Burr, he's like, I hate brunch because I want to pay $27 for eggs. He's like, oh, is it pesto? It's pesto? No, honey, I thought it was pesto, but it's asparagus. It's asparagus. I thought it was pesto. Isn't that hilarious? He's like, oh, I love Bill Burr. Oh, no worries, Dr. Kane. I aim to please, brother. What the hell else am I going to do? Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself. He's got a rocket in his pocket, folks. They don't call him the Blazing Bird for nothing. Back when he used to live in Tupelo, Mississippi, I'll tell you. The townsfolk were on edge because, they had to lock up their daughters. They called him Blazing Bird. Let's see. When is Nio Day? I believe it's mid-December. I'd have to look it up, Lisa. It's a couple weeks, pretty soon. Yeah, if they have good earnings, but more importantly, I think Billy Jack, they have to announce some exciting stuff at Nio Day. So, yeah, I think the margins are very, very important, but I think the future announcements, especially a partnership, anything like that would be incredible. Yep, I was over with the Bagel Boys. That's what they used to call me, Uncle Buck and the Bagel Boys, back in my days on J-Date. Come on over wherever you want. Yeah, no, I stop by once in a while. I usually lurk because, whenever I put a hello in the comments, or, it's like the Beatles, all the teenage girls start going crazy. Oh, it's Danny Deals. It's Danny Deals. Like, I find it just to be a little bit disruptive. So, just out of respect for people's shows, I usually just listen in the background while I'm doing my emails and all my other bullshit that I do. Yeah, it could have been my AI clone. He's much, much thinner and more handsome. So if you see him walking around, give him a big high five. Really appreciate it. No worries, Dr. Kane. I'm here to support you, brother. All I am, guys, I'm just a support network just to say, don't dump at the very lows. Don't play their game. Play your game. Play your game. Take the emotion out of it. Don't be sad, man. You own a great company here, a very, very unique company. Price action is what it is. The mechanics can take it to 2 if they want. It's only a matter of money. If you have enough money, you can control the price of a stock. But you have to pay your bill. It's like a credit card. If you're wrong, you owe the bill. It's going to go back the other way. And you loaded that spring. That spring is going to bite you right in the ass. And I'm telling you, everybody in China that I know, which is granted is not that many people, a couple people, I mean, they're like, one's a shoe shine boy, one's a janitor, and the truck stop all-star. Not saying they have any expertise, but neither do I. That never stopped me. So anyway, guys, I haven't really talked much about Nio or what the hell's going on. I don't really know what I'm talking about. It's been real though. Yeah, Algo's locked back on here real tight, guys. What's the volume doing? Volume's a little low. Volume's a little slow. Yeah, thanks, Not a Lurker. Good call. I think that's still actually last of the bottle. Anyway, guys, so yeah, the algo's locking on here at 470 for whatever reason. It's obviously trying to trade the stock sideways, still at this same level, but it's kind of failing because I think it just can't borrow as many shares as it wants to borrow, whether that be because it's budget constrained or share constrained or whatever it is. But here it goes again, guys. Notice that this is just a mirror image of what it did, Friday. It's always just algos, guys. There's nobody making decisions. Sometimes these shorts, they forget to reprogram the algos when the stock gets too fucking low. That's what happens. It's not going to go below zero, guys. They're ramping production. Onvo is a success. What they're doing is a success. It's on script. The fact that they're not profitable yet is part of the fucking script. You don't just jump to the end of the movie. What is this, Clue? God, I hate you guys. Hey, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I want to thank the beautiful, amazing Princess J. I would like to thank the, I wouldn't say beautiful, but charming, bald, shiny-headed, wonderful Not a Lurker. Would like to also thank the formidable, sort of brooding, fear-inspiring Alberto Berti Avilés, who wields his wrench with a certain amount of just random hostility that we have to admire. Anyway, guys, hope everybody has a great day. It's Poco Moss. It's Blazing Bird. Holy cheat. I can't read all these fucking comments, guys. I'm totally sick of you guys. Lisa, hope it's a great day. Ben Plumley, looking forward to study research. Brian, Dr. Kane, Stockman Mark. Stockman Mark is here. Friends with so much friends for the kid. Yeah, that's true. Now, I played a ton of sports too. Probably did watch a little bit too much TV, but my mom really wouldn't let us watch much TV. Dude, I was quite the athlete, believe it or not. Extremely talented fat man. Admiral Danny Julian Poco. Sure enough, Stockman Mark. Good to see you. Blazing Bird is here. Forrest Ellis here. Everybody's here. Billy Jack. Stockman Mark. Dr. Kane. All right, I'm sick of you guys. Thanks for watching. Katoon, Poco, Moss. We'll talk to you sooner or later. Until then, peace.